guys, welcome back to the Mum's Makery Spring Fair Part 2. As with last year, the actual boss has decided to join us, but he didn't have a particularly spring outfit, so he's got his yellow hoodie on because it was the brightest thing we could find. But he is sporting one of the bunny brooches, so there you go. So yeah, as always, he comes and makes a little debut on the camera. He's all done. Every time we did an event last year, I tried to get him to give me a kiss on the cheek, and he never did it. So I'm not even going to bother this year. But you're not sure about the duck there, are you, mate? Are you? What's this? What's this? High five? High five? Good boy. Yay! It takes lots of treats, but he gets there. So say bye-bye to everybody, mate. There you go. Go on. Right, so as I said, welcome back to part 2. And he's coming back. There's sausage that way, mate. I have got a bit more. Here you go. Go on, go that way. There you go. Right, excuse that. Pete stood over there with a bit more sausage to try and get him to leave. But he knows I've got it, so he came back. Never work with animals and children, apparently. So, thank you once again for joining us for what's going to be another... He's gone back over there. Pappy, go to Pete. Over there, mate. Click your fingers. Oh, my goodness. There we go. We will get this sorted in a second. There we go. Right, so what we're going to do in this half, obviously in the first half, we launched some new projects, and we gave you our first make, which is sort of a freehand kind of make. In the second half of the show, this is a templated make, and you will find that in your spring event kit number 2. And the template that is in here is a limited edition. It's only for this event bag. We don't know if we will be releasing it on the website at some point, but for now it's just in the kit bag, as is the grass template. We may release the grass template at a later date, but for now it's an exclusive to this kit for the people who have got the kit. So we've got confirmed Flingo winners, Christine and Linda. I want to say Linda. No, not Linda. We're so not organised. To be honest, we're not organised because we spent... Oh, Sue. Congratulations. No, not Linda. Sue and Christine for our Flingo winners. We're not organised because we didn't spend the break being at all sensible. We spent the break messing about with our rabbit or mouse sticks, and we did post a little picture in our Facebook group, and then we spent most of the time reading the caption of the pictures of the little boss bonus giveaway, which oh my laugh, I had to reapply my mascara because I was a mess for laughing. So right, but we're going to move swiftly on. What we got up first, Pixie Bay? What are we going to do?
Tell them about our new products.
Okay, what we're going to do first up is we're going to just recap on the new product. I've got all the screens now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a quick recap on because obviously some people weren't with us for the first broadcast, so they're here with us now. So first up, our new product is the basic Birdies. And as mentioned in the first half of the show, it's a new idea. The basic birdie template is exactly the same template as the robin template that we launched back in, I think it was November for last Christmas. So if you've got that template, you don't want the basic birdie template because you've already got it. However, what we do have new are these masks, and the masks, as I mentioned in the first show, they fit inside of the template. So what you do is you make your base layer of whatever colour of bird that you're making, and then the mask fits. This one's for the wren, and the mask then fits inside. And what that allows you to do, let me just demonstrate. It's got the wing on, obviously, but that allows you to draw on the sort of the lines and the accents, so that you can do it both sides and you've got them nice and nice and symmetrical. And there are 4 different ones, and you don't just get the bird mask, you get a mask for the wing shape as well. So there are 4 of them. There's a wren, a bullfinch, a blue tit, running out of fingers, and a goldfinch. So there are, so we've got the goldfinch, look at that cute little blue tit, the bullfinch, and the wren. And if you buy you can buy the single mask on its own, you can buy the template on its own, you can mix and match and do whatever you want. If you buy any of the masks, they will come with, for a limited time, because I only have a certain amount of stock. That's the wrong one. Any of the masks that are bought, you will get a trio of kit until these run out. So these will have enough fluff in it to make 3 of the bird. And then there's a PDF as well, which you'll get during checkout, which points to what colour is where. And then the upshot is you use I think it's 2.5 grams as a base layer of the base colour, and then you colour in. So that's what you're doing. You've got enough in your kit to make 3, a trio of. If you buy either of the combo deals, so the combo deals are with or without the template set, you will get all 4 trio of kits. My hands aren't big enough. They're still not big enough. I don't know why I thought they'd grown over the break. But you will not only get the 4 for each of the birds, but you'll also get an additional free kit, which makes a trio of blackbirds. There will be a sort of tutorial how-to coming on YouTube, but that's probably not going to be until the end of next week. But that will be done, as will the other new product that we're bringing out, which are the bunnies. And the bunnies are, oh, they're just so fab. I absolutely love them. There are 5 sizes, and they're small, medium and large come as a set. And then you've got an extra large and a jumbo / super size. And I will give you a quick little overview of a few of the products that are around the set at the moment, which are made with the bunnies. And there are just so many things that you can do with these bunnies. So here are the 5 sizes. So there's the small, medium and large. You can see, and those 3, and these are the Bonnie bunnies. That's that one there. Then you've got the extra large, and you can do them forward facing, backward facing. There's that. This colour that we've used for these is our mouse colour. It's a really, really nice colour. And then obviously you've got the big boy, the super size or the jumbo. there. So that's the bunny sets, and let me just pop that under there a second, get rid of these. Leave them there. And I just wanted to take a moment. I don't like moving things around the set. I just wanted to put a couple of these things just on the close-up there. These are, for those of you who know Sarah Somerton, she has an obsession with rabbits. And she did make this, and these are all of her rabbits. And I don't remember all of their names, but I remember that, hang on, that one is Albus. So, but what a lovely make. A little box frame, you know, different rabbits, obviously changing the ear positions. Lots of things that you can do with that. And then, if you remember in the first half, the grass template has also been used here along with the small rabbit, and it says some bunny sends smiles, and it's just, you know, really sweet card, really pretty. Just you know, it's just a plain, simple, and the felting, you know, speaks for itself. But then we've got this, and this is again, it was a cushion cover that was bought off of, I think it was eBay or something like that, and let me pop that onto the closer. And it's I think it's the large, the XL and the super size, or the jumbo. I think I've called it a jumbo on the website. And all of the new products will go live within hopefully within about 5 or 10 minutes of the end of the show. So as you can see, there's lots of little bits and pieces around, you know, with the bunnies, and obviously the birdies as well. We've got the birdie bunting. I'm trying to work out which way I need to go. I'm like, the birdie bunting behind me, and then obviously we've got just the birds on their own. And we've, you know, I've brought back some of the bunting from the spring fair last year, which has the daisies from the little daisy. Then we've got the cupcake. And then we've got a large daisy head, and that was made using the snowdrop template. So there's lots of ways that you can mix and match your template sets. And don't forget that on the website there is projects, infos and downloads. There's going to be lots of information. That link is your sort of access to a lot more information on the website, such as using different templates to make different things. You've got a full tutorial list there of all our publicly available tutorials. It's all under that link, so do have a look at that. The other link that you might want to visit is the broadcast and events link. That gives you a calendar of everything that we're doing throughout the year with the dates, and as more information becomes available, those calendar links become clickable, and you can access all of the information for the event or the CRafternoon or whatever it is that we're doing. So,
why don't we draw for Nikki's?
Yes, let's start. Yes, let's do a giveaway. Pixie Nikki is, I don't know if she's back yet. She had stuff that she had to do this morning, so I don't know if she's back. She may be back. If she is, say hi. Now her giveaway was, what was her giveaway? I don't actually have my phone over here either.
Spring picnic?
That was it. It was a spring picnic. What would you do, or what would you bring if you came on a Mum's Makery spring picnic? And I don't know what I would bring. Picnic pie, I think. Gala pie. You have to excuse me using my phone a second. We were just laughing so much during the break at the caption, the pictures. It was absolutely roaring. Right, what's the number, Pixie B? 186 entries. You know that the Pixies and crew have like a not a face off, what's the, I don't know, but it's like who can get the most entries on their and the winner gets bragging rights until the next event, apparently. So what we've got, let me move my felting mat. We've got 1 to 186, 152. So if you are number 152, then congratulations, you are the winner of Pixie Nikki's giveaway, unless you have been the winner of another giveaway, in which case we will redraw. But let me put that there and then it's to hand. Okay, so we did mention in the previous show that we've got some announcements. We do have the next date for the CRafternoon, which is the 27th of March, and that's at 3 p.m. UK time. And that is with both me and Pixie Bee. And we will be making, they're all about the place now, we will be making the spring lamb. And I know some of you have messaged in and said, my kit doesn't have a spring. There aren't springs in the kit, there's the wire that makes the spring. So, but we'll be running through everything that you need to do for making that at the CRafternoon on the 27th. And we'll be running through all of the techniques for all of the different parts of making that little spring lamb. And that one was inspired by our sponsored make from last year, which was made by Naomi. She did a bigger lamb, and we thought it would be cute to do a little one. So, speaking of sponsored makes, oh, you've got a face.
I was just going to say, can you give people the prices for the birds, please? We did promise them.
We did. Okay, yes, the prices for the birds and the bunnies. The single bird masks are $10.99. The combo without the template, so the mask combo, if you've already got the templates, then you just want the mask combo, and that is $39.99, so you save about 10%. And then if you buy it with the template is normally £9.50 on its own, but if you have the combo deal with the template, then it's $44.99, so you save a little bit more again. And don't forget, you get, if you buy either of those combo deals, you not only get the trio of fluff pack, but you also get the additional blackbird as well. And again, that is while stocks last. I have a finite number of those, and when they're gone, we won't be doing them as a free gift. This is just for the Spring Fair launch. Okay, the bunnies. I was paying attention, I promise. There are the set of 3 bunnies, so small, medium and large, that's $12.99. Your XL bunny is $9.99, and your super size / jumbo bunny, that one is $11.99. Oh, and she $10.99. That was close. And it's $24.99 if you want to go for the combo deal. So that is all of the prices. And Pixie Bee's going to make a note now that maybe next time we should have the prices up front and I can do a screen, providing I remember to put the screens up. Okay, so that's all of that. We're going to hop back now to the sponsored make. This, let me move that. Oh, I've been loving the bunny bums that we've been looking. We've completely skiving off during the break. I haven't done anything. We've been on Facebook looking at everybody's pictures. So this is Daisy Duck, and Daisy Duck is our spring sponsored make, made by the very lovely Sally Newman. And what a make. It just, when she sent me the picture, I fell in love with it. Chances are, and I think that there's perhaps a very high probability that Daisy Duck might end up on the shelf of stolen stuff, which is all the stuff that I steal off everybody. Can I, this one? Oh, just, I'll try. Somebody's asked if they can see the bunny wreath. Oh, that came off surprisingly well. I don't think I'm going to try and put it back though. So somebody asked to see the bunny wreath. I can do some things on the set, not all of them. Hang on, I've got to work out where the camera is. There you go. So that is you've got 3 of the small ones, and then you've got 2, I believe those are the medium size ones on either side. And this is I want to say a 6-inch. Yeah, I think that's a 6-inch little willow wreath just there. And again, the weights and measures, no, I'm not going to put that back up. The weights and measures are going to be on the website. They'll be coming in the next day or 2. So I'll find a new home for that. I'll just put that up there, I think. Oh, I'm going to try and hang it back up there. The whole cupboard will come off the wall. So, yeah, Daisy Duck is our spring sponsored make. And of course, we have this gorgeous picture behind me. And this started out back in March last year. And Helen Hammond, I will just get you a couple of pictures, a close-up. Helen started making this about a year ago, and it just expanded and expanded, and we started adding more in, and the whole thing sort of grew and got bigger. And a little sort of sneaky peep that somewhere in there are some new templates that are coming out later in the year, but that's all I'm saying about that. I will try and put up some more pictures on the Facebook group and stuff of the picture, because I'm hanging back there on the wall. It looks lovely, but I don't think it really does it justice on camera. So we'll do what we can about getting some more pictures of that. So we're sort of considering that Shy Hair is 2020's annual sponsored make. And then obviously we've got our lovely Daisy Duck in the front there from Sally. We've got some serious talent, you guys. Serious talent. So, what are we going to do first, Bea?
Let's tell them about our festival, 3rd to 4th of April with Needle Felting.
Oh yes, the original Needle Felting UK. It's another date for your diary. It is on our calendar. So, again, like weights and measures, you will find under the projects infos and downloads link. The broadcast and events link, you'll see a list of all the events that we're attending. And we are going to be making fluffs, and that's a funny little unidentified fluffy fellow. And it's really just sort of a reason to show you guys some different techniques like reverse needle felting and long fur and all of this kind of stuff. And we just end up with a crazy little critter at the end of it. So do join us. It is the original Needle Felting UK Festival, and Sarah Brown hosts the original Needle Felting UK group. But do look out specifically for that title. It is the original Needle Felting UK group. Right, so the other big announcement that we have is that on the 21st of this month, we are going to be appearing on Hochanda, which is proper scary actually, because it's like proper live telly. It's like proper, it's not just broadcasts, you know, internet live telly. It's like proper live telly. But we are going to be on there. It's going to be an absolute blast. I'm so looking forward to it. And we will be taking, I think we're taking the bunnies and stuff, but there is going to be a brand new little project that is going to be launched on the channel on the day, and that's all I'm going to say about that for now. So, okay, what I'd like to do, if Pixie Bee will let me, is do the make something. Okay, yes, boss. So, in the first half, I mentioned that I had a pet name for this particular kit bag, which I was lovingly referring to as, oh, I just hit the tree. Which I was lovingly referring to as the butt box or the butt bag, because We did bunny bums in the first make, and the second make, if you guys open your event bags, you will find that in there is a brand new template. And what that makes, she says, trying to pick one up, are these guys, and it's the horse bum. In fact, let me move my, there, that's a little better. You can see that there. So here are some little close-up sort of colourways. Now this template was designed by the lovely Naomi Coffin, and she's given me permission to make these into a template for you guys, and these are a kit bag exclusive, so I don't know if these will be available on the website afterwards, but or at least they won't be for a while, because they will be an exclusive for those of you who got the kit. But it's such a fun little template to make, and that's what we're going to be making now. Well, you're going to be making it. I'm going to be, here's one I made earlier. So I'm just going to pop those down, but there are so many different colours, and as you can see on this one, I've put a Makery on the back there. So if you've got the kit, in there you'll find that there is a little envelope with a Makery and a brooch back, so you can make a horse Makery and a bunny bum brooch, or vice versa. It's whatever you want to do with it. Now in your kit you will have these colours, and we've got, this is dark brown, then we've got warm brown, I think it's off-white and black, or it might be white and black, I'm not sure. But here we go. Here are your weights and measures. This really is a rough guide. These things can be really thin. If you're going to put them, for example, on a card, then you're going to want something that's perhaps a little bit thinner. So you're not going to want that sort of big, what I call 2.5D. You know, you're going to want to keep the weights and measures a little smaller. So it's really going to be play with the weights and measures. These weights and measures, it's not over there, it's over here. These weights and measures. Stop mocking me. Like jazz hands. These weights and measures are a guide. You can use a bit more, you can use a bit less. Your finished horse butt can weigh anything between, oh gosh, 3 to sort of 6 grams. So there really is a scope in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick to the weights and measures that I've got. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the weights and measures, I use a pocket scale, which allows you, I think it's for jewellery and stuff, you can weigh out small amounts of beads and what have you, but if you type in pocket scale to Amazon, eBay, you will come up, there's a whole range of these, and they are really, really useful for weighing out very small increments of, I think I just inhaled fluff. They are really useful for weighing out very small increments of fluff, so you can weigh down to like 0.1 of a gram, which makes creating things like petals and you know, sort of little leaves and all that kind of thing. You can weigh out your wool and you will get very consistent results. So what I'm going to do is weigh out, what am I going to weigh out? I'm going to start with 2 grams, which is not what that is. 2 grams on the nose. Let me tidy up all of these little horses a minute. So what I'm going to start out with is 2 grams. Let's bring you over here. And there we go, that's better. The way to fill out a shape like this is we want to make sure that we sort of get the edges in, but you don't want to felt your edges hard at this point because we're going to be building up certain sections. what we want to do is we don't want that sandwiching effect. Whereas if you put down one layer of wool and felt it too hard and then add more wool on top, you end up with that line right the way through the side of your project. Now there are ways to fix that, but we're going to try not to do it to start with, which ultimately means that I probably will. I'm going to not work on my foam. I have got my flat mat under here and I've got my felt topper. So I'm going to aim to work on this because I think this is a better height for the camera. And hopefully I'm not going to stab my table.
What was the size eyeball you've got there?
Oh, the size of the eyeball that you've got in your kit is 4mm. And you could use between 4, maybe a 5mm. I certainly wouldn't go any bigger than a 6mm. I think that would be too big, but sort of 4 or 5mm is a good size for an eyeball. So all I'm going to do to start with is I'm just going to really pull off a very small amount, which I want to get into this ear. To do that, I'm just going to fold back, and you can see I get this nice rolled edge right here, and I'm going to put that rolled edge up into his ear. I feel like I should be using a different colour. It's dark brown and it's a black template. But what I've done is I've got my lightest needle, which is my 40 spiral, and I'm just using the first barb, and I'm getting a very, very light adhesion to my surface. So we're not driving through, but I just want my mat to help me hold this little bit in place. A bit of frizz is your friend, because we're going to use that to overlap with the next bits that we put down. So this is just a case, what we're going to do now is work all the way over the template and sort of get a nice even covering. I'm going to pop this down very lightly up into his nose, and again a very loose felt because we don't want that sandwiching, but I am going to overlap what I just put down into his ear. I feel like I want to use a different colour. This isn't coming out well. I'm going to rob a bit from the Wren kit. Right, there's a lot of fluff in the Wren kit. A lot of fluff. I'm going to go for a slightly lighter colour. I think that the dark brown isn't coming out too well. Oh, I just turned the thing off. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves a minute. Oh, weighed the first one out. Lovely. Right, that'll do. Okay, so let me very quickly catch back up. I'm going to do a little pinch over in the ear. I feel that this may be slightly better. So you'll be using the dark brown, but I'm using some Wren colour because it will show up better. So I'm going to run my needle around the edge of the template and just bring in this fluff. But again, we're going to do it very, very loosely, very lightly. Overlap what you've put down in the ear. And then again, allow a little bit of frizz here for when we put down the next part. And I'm going to put it down. I'm going to make quite a chunky one because, actually I'm probably not going to make a chunky one because I haven't got time to felt it all, but I'm going to do this as quickly as I can. You'll take your time over it. There will be another show and share post at the end of the show, which Hayley will put into group, and it's, you know, for sharing all of your horse butt makes. So I'm going to put some down in the bottom, just run my needle around the inside of the template, and I'm still on my lightest needle because I don't want it to go down into the template too quickly. Nice overlap. And I've probably used What have I used so far? Half? Yeah. So I've used about 1 gram at the moment, and if you wanted to do a card topper, then probably 1.5 grams is about where you want to pitch a base layer. There. So what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to use my multi-needle for speed, and I'm just felting down very lightly around the edges, but mainly concentrating on the middle bit, just firming it up and working all over it. And again, you might think that you want a slightly thinner one. There's no hard and fast rules to this one. So felt it down a little bit, and then I'm going to come back in with a little bit more fluff, and I'm going to build this up a little bit more. Nice even layer all over, like so. A little bit more into the head part, and don't feel that you've got to use, if you've weighed out 2 grams, you don't have to use it all. The weights and measures are a guide. So there, felt it all down, and then you're going to do what I call a compacting technique. And what I mean by compacting technique is it's little stabs, small little stabs. You're just using the first sort of barb or 2 on the needle. Don't be driving into your surface. You don't want a fluffy bottom, and if you drive in, you're going to push the fibres out into your mat, and you will end up with your project stuck to your mat. I haven't lifted this yet because I want to get some integrity in this felt before I take it off of my surface. But as long as you are just, you know, touching your mat and stopping, that's where the flat mat is really, really good, because you can really feel the density. So it stops your needle. So I'm going to keep going all over it, nice and lightly, until I've got it compacting. I'm going to use my multi again for a bit of speed. Now I'm still leaving the edges fairly loosely felted. We'll firm those up, you know, nearer the end, because I don't want the next layers that I'm putting down to cause that sandwiching technique. So now my felt's got a little bit of integrity to it. I'm just going to tickle it. Don't grab and pull, but just tickle it off. It looks like a complete mess, but pop it back in the template. Get all the fibres inside, and just felt it down a little bit more. So what we're going to do, I've still got a bit more of this to go, but what I'm going to do is leave you sort of firming up and felting down, and get your base layer. I'm going to Blue Peter it. Here's one I made earlier, and here's one that was made earlier that's way too firmly felted. So I am going to have sandwiches. But I'll fix that in a bit. Right, I'll pop that over there. So just get as much wool down as you want in your base layer. Anywhere, I think, probably between 1.5 grams and 2 grams will be a real nice sweet spot for that. Let me put my eyeball over there a minute. So whilst you guys are just working on your bases, what else do we have at the moment? You're looking really blank now. She's like, you're supposed to be making this for ages. Oh, if you aren't already, obviously we are coming to you live from YouTube and Facebook, but if you're not already, then please do head over to our YouTube channel, because that's where you'll find all of our free tutorials. And there is, as I said before, a YouTube, a tutorials list under the projects, infos and downloads link. The private tutorials that we produce with some of our bigger projects, they are still in the process of being moved to our new hosted platform, which will not only allow you to watch them, but you can also download them to watch them offline if you want as well. At the moment, I think the pansies have been moved, the tulips are in the process of being moved. So if you have these projects, you should get an automatic update to your PDF when they get moved. If you don't, just reach out to me and I will make sure that you've got it, because our whole automatic linking system it's not working as we would like, so we're moving to this new one. Under the tutorial list, you will see a list of the private tutorials telling you which ones have moved and which ones are in the process of being moved, so you can keep an eye on whether or not you should have had the new details.
Pup Projects.
The Pup Projects, I love the pups. I don't know where I put them, but I love them. I have so many buttons. Our Pup Projects are quick little makes that we kind of do in Fluff Chat and in our Facebook group. And the theme for this month is luck. And they are just fun little quirky makes. There's a theme, but there's no sort of set rules. You can go, you know, as mad or crazy with it as you absolutely want. You can make it as big or as small as you want. It's entirely up to you. The Fluff Chat is, we're kind of sort of full. We didn't know, but Facebook do apparently cap the number of people that can be in Fluff Chat. So we're sort of working out active members and not active people, and some people find that it can be very, very busy in Fluff Chat. Sometimes I have to turn off notifications for that, because like ping, ping, ping. But the Pup Project, there is a post in group as well, where you can post your Pup Project, and then the Makery crew do a little prize draw for some fluff for that. Right, so hopefully by now you will have a somewhat firmed up base. I said this one is far too firm, but I will deal with it's too many buts. This whole broadcast, there are just too many buts. So what you will do, so as I said, you don't want something that is felted as firmly as this at all, but I'm going to work with this for now. Let's get the weights and measures back for you. What we're going to do is the rear build, which is there, the rear build. This is it. This is your horse's rear. So it's this section here, and if you look at, you've got this bit, and then there's his neck, and there's his head. So it's sort of between that part to that part, and this is the area here that we're going to build up. I'm going to do that in sort of 0.5 increments. So I'm going to weigh myself out about 0.5 of a gram, like so. And I'm trying this, the lighting's not great, but I'm going to keep all of this in this area here, because what you want to achieve, let me find one, is obviously as you're looking at the horse, his butt will be closest to you. So you want a little bit of a rise here. Let me do a profile if you can see. There's the butt part, and then there's the neck part. So we're just going to build up initially around here. So to do that, there are lots of ways that you can do it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this up, and let me move on camera, that will be better. I'm just going to roll it up, and I'm going to put this sort of lump, and it doesn't have to be pretty, and it doesn't matter if you've got an edge, but I'm going to put this lump right in the middle and then just felt it down. And then I'm going to get another bit, and again I'm going to lay that over the top of the first bump, but I'm not folding this one. From here on in, I'm just going to lay the pieces down. Felt loosely around the edges, but I don't want it to go too far up the template. I want to keep the rise, you can see, just in this part here. And felt that down. And then I'm going to add, oh, we have a question?
Yep, do they use the same colour?
This is entirely up to you. The kit that you've got, it will be the dark brown that you'll do for your whole horse, and then we've got some sort of black and white accents. Obviously, you can use whatever colour wool you've got in your stash. But ideally, at the moment, what we're doing is we're just making that shape. So you'll keep to the main colour of your horse, whatever colour you're doing. So as you can see now, I've got quite a bit of junk in his trunk. We've got quite a nice little sort of raised shape. And what you'll continue to do is just add. I've added 0.5 of a gram. I would probably add another 0.5 of a gram. And you felt it as firmly as you like. You get this as raised as you like. Raising it to the sides of the template is possibly a good go-to just for a reference. So I'm going to put in this last little bit, which is the last little bit that I pulled off. So this would maybe be another, I think I've got another 0.4, 0.3 here. It's just a bit that was lying down on the table. But add yourself in sort of another 0.5. And then you've got that real nice raised rear. I'm going to use my multi-needle just for a bit of speed. There we go. And obviously you can have your horse facing either way. You know, you could do two matching ones. And that's the nice thing about weighing out your wool, because you know you do your 2 gram base layer, then you add in some 0.5, another 0.5, and then you can recreate that step by weighing out the wool. This is most definitely not raised enough, but I know that I want to keep to some good time, so I'm just sculpting a little bit along this sort of line, and you want that sort of arch. Take this out of the template a minute. So you've got these, you know, you can see that the butt comes up here and that's where his neck starts, and there's his neck. So you want to sort of do a little bit of a dome, a little bit of an arc between there, so you've got like a natural curve. I'm going to put that back in there just for a minute. So I possibly would have added maybe another maybe another 0.5. But I'm going to keep with that just for sort of time purposes. So the next part to build up will be his face, but I'm going to leave you guys to sort of catch up and just sort of get your domey bum shapes as you like them.
Can we tell them please about our Christmas event?
We can, yes. So whilst you're felting your horses, I'm going to talk about Christmas. Christmas in June. We are doing our next big event. So like this one is going to be in June. And last year we did Christmas in July. This year it's going to be Christmas in June. I think that just works out better for us because it does space the events nicely and sort of more evenly. The event bag, which she's got over there now, for the Spring Fair kit. When I did the events last year, the kits were in these sort of thin letter boxes, and I said, you know, for 2021, I'm going to be increasing the price of the kit so that I can put bigger things in there, which can then be sent as a proper parcel. I then promptly went VAT registered, which meant I had to put all my prices up of everything. And what I decided to do for this event was do a large kit, but charge the original price that I was intending for the kits. So I technically haven't charged VAT, sort of. But what we're going to do for the Christmas in June event is we're going to be doing 2 kit options. There's going to be one which, don't quote me on this because I haven't figured it all out yet, but there's going to be one which is going to be around $18.99, so that's 18.99, and then there's going to be a $24.99 option. The Spring Fair kit bag that you've seen today will be the $24.99 option. Both of the kits will have both of the makes in, so you will still get your Flingo card, you will still get your raffle ticket, you will still get your sweets, and you will still get the 2 makes that you do with me live on air. The larger box will then contain the extras, so you will be getting some extra stuff. There will be an additional template that will be in the larger box, but it will all be on the website with your options, and there will be sneaky peek pictures as well for those of you who want to have a look at what's going to be coming in the boxes. So it's a trial, so bear with us if we haven't got all the nooks and crannies worked out. It is going to be 2 options for the kit. One is going to be, like I said, $18.99, one is $24.99, and you can choose whichever one that you want. So it's something that we're going to try, and then we will take a look at how that works for maybe the autumn fair. Who knows? Okay, so are your butts nice and firm? She's over, she's like, no, mine's not. So we shouldn't be allowed together on air. We really shouldn't. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start building up his face, and let me get another one in here a minute. As you can see, you've got little nostrily bits, and there's his cheek is raised, so this area here, and what I would do for that is much like what we just did down here. Unfortunately, there's no weight and measure for this. You might want to weigh out 0.1 of a gram and then halve it. But I'm just going to get myself that initial sort of a little bit of wool, and we're just putting it, let me raise that up a minute, we're just going to put it in this area here, so it's going to give him a little bit of a jawline, because obviously the neck is recessed more, and then the head obviously is closer to you, so we're going to have more of a bump here. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a jawline just across there, and I'm going to raise up this sort of area, which may or may not come out well on camera. So frizzy edges so that it blends out into the rest of my project. And I'm just going to pull off pinches. And I mean, obviously you felt however you feel comfortable, but I always like to go more additions with smaller increments. And as you can see, I'm starting to build in that sort of jawline just there. So I will just keep pulling off a few little pinches. I'm keeping my frizzy edges because then that'll build out nicely. And then I'm just bringing that sort of jawline into or just around there from the neck, and hopefully you can see that that's starting to sort of raise up here. Nice and loosely felted around the edge, just getting it down in there. There we go. So I'm getting a little bit of a bump there. And at this point, I might look at my position for my eye. Just give it a bit of a wiggle and keep to the first barb or two on your needle. But you can see we've got, the lighting is not good for this, but you can see he's got a bit of a jawline there now. So in your kit, there is an eyeball. Let me get that out. So this is a 4mm eye, and you can use an awl. Mine just went straight through. You will find that it will probably come out the back. What I would do is you can make a hole using an awl, pop your eye in. You can use a little dot of glue. I'm not. And then when the glue is dry, just turn him over and use your wire nippers just to nip off any excess. But I'm not going to use glue. I am going to nip off the back though. Let me just, there we go. No, oh, there it is. Right. So I'm going to pretend that I glued my eye in there, because as many of you know, I don't do glue very well, even when I'm not on live camera. So we're going to pretend that I glued that in and hope that his eye doesn't fall out during the process. What I want to do is put in a very sort of small bit. This lighting isn't doing me any favours. Let's see. I want to try and put in a little small bit over the top of his eye and just raise that up a little bit. So to do that, I'm going to pull off a very small amount, and I'm going to roll the middle bit in between my fingers, but leave the frizzy edges. And then I'm going to put that in the top part of his head. Felt out the frizzy. Into the rest of the face. And then you can, hopefully you can see that he's got now a little bit of an eyebrow over his eye. Mental note to self, rethink the lighting for the close-up camera. It's not good because it's a black template and I'm using dark wool, but that's okay. We will know for next time. So now I've got my face sort of built up. I've got a little bit of an eye. I want to build up this part of the head as well. So I'm just going to pull in a little bit, put a little bit more up into his ear. The ear will appear to be slightly further back. But I just want to sort of follow that jawline round a little bit further, give him more of a head piece. So maybe if I used the other camera, it might help me out a little bit. Will it, won't it? Will it, won't it? No, I don't think it will. Right, I will work as best I can, but if you can see now, this is very, very rough, but there's his head and he's got a nice sort of jawline there. This is all still very, very frizzy at the moment, but he's got a bit of a built-up face and he's got his built-up rear. What I would do next is just spend a minute firming up around his face. My eyeball keeps popping out because it's not glued in. B has just told me that apparently there are messages coming through that people are disappointed that there's not glue. I'm pretty sure that the only reason some of you tune in is to see what I will stick myself to. I know you lot. You're mean to me.
Are you still using the same?
I am. I'm still, at the moment, I haven't changed colours at all. It's all just the basic body colour, which for you will be dark brown. In a failed attempt for me to be able to let you see this more properly, I opted to change my colour, but it's still not working out very well. Let's go back. I will talk horsey bits on the one that you can see. So what I've done is I've put in a bit over the eye. This eye is slightly bigger than the one that you've got in the kit. So if you are wondering why this one looks a little more wide-eyed. And you can see the sort of face structure. I'm not even going to attempt to try and do this because it's just, my face structure is just getting lost because you can't see the template or inside the template. But we've got some really, really nice lines. You can felt this as firmly as you want. I've got another one which is slightly more simply felted. I did this one to look like my horse Arthur, and you know, it's got a bit of a build up. We've got a nice little white flash, but it's just sort of built up around the eye, and he's got that jawline. So, or you can, you know, really put in some sort of real facial structures with this as well. So obviously you take it wherever you want to go with it. Use whatever colours that you want to use. So I need a little bit more on my face just to build that up. My eyeball isn't working out because it's not glued. So every time I put it down on the mat, the eyeball goes doink. It's fine. You can always, you know, put a little bit of black felt down as an eyeball instead. That's probably what I should do. So just to get on the end of his nose, we're going to give him a little nostril. Again, mine isn't as built up as I would like, but I'm just going to use a little bit of the black wool just to give the indication of a nostril. Now you can do this in or outside of the template, it's entirely up to you, but I'm going to put a very, very small bit of black right down at the end, and I realise that it looks daft, even though you can't see it. Right, hang on, let's try that. So I've got a little bit of the black down there, and then what I'm going to do is that rolled middle again. Let's see if I can move this camera down a little bit, see if that helps any. Let's see, right, oh hello, there we go. And what I'm going to do is, there's my rolled middle, and I'm going to put that like that, so it gives him a bit of a nostril, like what we did with the eye. And just shape that there. And I don't know if you can see, it's sort of come round now, and he's got a bit more of a nostril. That's going to need a little bit of refining. So first barb on the needle, that compacting technique really sort of felt it down. We're going to ignore his eyeball popping out. And then just take it up into that sort of jawline. You'll spend the time that I don't have just sort of refining there. So you can see that he's got a little bit of a nostril there. This is so fluffy at the moment. There we go. I'm just going to go round, firm it up a little bit there. Okay, so it's not ideal, but I'm looking at the time and I need to move on. So what we will do now is give him a little bit of a forelock and add some mane. And you can, oh my gosh, you can go anywhere you want with this. You can give him a little white flash. You can give him white patches. So I'm going to be really, really excited to see what you guys are going to come up with for this. I think, what am I going to do? I'm going to do him with a black mane. Hopefully this will show up a bit better. And what I'm going to do for his mane is I'm just going to pull off pieces. So I've got a bit here which is about the length of his neck, like that. And I'm going to put this up on the side and I'm going to felt onto that edge between his ear and the bump of his back. And then all of these sort of straggly fibres are coming off this way. So I'm just going to felt those down and then I'm just going to pull these off. Now you can do manes in all kinds of colours. You know, look at horse pictures, you know, whatever you want. And I'm just going to pull it off and pull it down a little bit so that you can see how it's sort of swooping round and coming down. So that's how I'm going to do that bit. To do the top bit, I'm going to do pretty much the same thing, but I'm going to get my piece, I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm just going to attach it. This one looks really windswept. Hang on, let's get back over there. There we go. So I've folded it in half, and then where I folded it, I'm just going to attach it just above his ear, just there. And then I'm just going to tease that off as well. Now that's a little bit long, so I'm going to grab my scissors and gently cut into it that way, and then just pull off these bits. He's lost his eyeball. It fell out. It's over here. Look, he's a sleepy pony.
Lisa, could you hold it up, please, so you can see exactly where the eye goes? And if you bend the wire at the back, it should stay in.
Oh, thanks. So if you bend the wire at the back, the eyeball will stay in, which I didn't think about. And I chopped the from, yes, thank you, lovely viewer, who's nameless because B hasn't told me who it is. Unfortunately, like a muppet, I've cut the back off of mine. It's okay. I'm a professional. So, let's see if we can. Is that helping? It's like not. It's not focusing at all, is it? It's fine. I'll put some pictures up. I'll put some pictures up of the proper nice ones what I've made. I would love, apparently it can make a nice donkey, you know, and don't forget that you can do so many things with just parts of the template. You know, you could make a card with a little picket fence, and you can have just the horse's head. It's very Godfather, isn't it? But there, you know, you can use just a part of it. And that's the nice thing with these templates, is they're not just one use, they're not just one purpose. And so, right, what I've got here, I'm going to quickly just finish up mine, and then you guys can finish up yours whilst I'm waffling. But what I'm going to do now is add a tail. Work out roughly. So I've just got to stab myself a little line so that I've got my butt cheeks. And then, we don't want red. I mean, you can get a bit of black and a bit of white. You can rough hand blend. So you just stack and pull, stack and pull. I'll get you a close-up of all the nice horses in just a minute. Yes, I will post some close-up pictures of the nicely made horses in group. I found that the staple length of our wool is really good for the length of a tail. So I'm going to do a little, as I've mixed this up, I'm going to do a little bit of both. I've got a little bit of black mixed with a little bit of white. This top is going to be where it meets his butt. So I'm going to felt this just together ever so lightly because I want this to sort of hold, but I want this down here to be really frizzy. Then pop it in the middle, and what you're going to do is felt in an arch and just catch those fibres into the back of your horse. And don't be tempted to felt too much across the middle, but just round the outside like that. And if you think, oh, that's not in the right place, that's fine. Just pop it off, move it up. And there you go. So you've got a lovely long tail on your little pony. So let me I'll clear this, I'll clear this up and get out the pretty ponies. Hang on, there we go. The pretty ponies there. Right, we've got, where's it gone? I think there's another one on the set somewhere, but let's pop this. So this is one, looks like it's been done with colours sand, ginger, and maybe some warm brown. You can see, and then obviously you've got the accents for the black and the white around the eyes, a little bit of grey there. There are so many different horses, and you know, there's a dapple grey. I mean, look at the markings on the back there. There are so many things that you could do. You could use some locks for a mane as well. Obviously, the one that we've done today it's a little quick because we're short on time, but you know, just play around with these templates, let your imagination go wild. There's a beautiful colour. I mean, you've got some black, some warm brown, some sand, we've got some off-white. So you can see that the eyes on these are actually a little bit bigger than the ones that are in the kit. So this might be a 5 or maybe even a 6mm. But, you know, you go with it whichever way. And like I said before, you've got a Makery and a brooch in your kit as well. So if you have any, you know, the bunny butt or the horse, you can mix and match depending on what you want to do. Okay.
Do the mane again, please.
You want? Yeah, oh, absolutely. So I've been asked if I can quickly run through the mane again. Where's the one that I made that's really, really bad? Because I can rip his mane off and do it again. That's all right. I didn't felt it down very firmly. So, right. So the mane, let me just pull that off. Let me grab some more fibres. In fact, I'll do a little mix again. I'll do the black and white. So I'm just going to pull off a bit, and there's probably, I would say, about 0.3 of a gram. And just by doing that little rough hand blend, you can see that you've got some tones and shades there. And what I'm going to do is place it along, let's get that camera to focus. I'm going to place it along this edge. So you can use the template to help you out if you want. I'm going to give myself a little bit of an overlap. So there's the neck. I'm going to overlap, bring that back round. And then if you put it in to your template, it will be weird because obviously you've raised up all this bit, but it will help hold this little bit in place. So here's another way that you can do it. Felt very, very lightly on the back, just around that edge, and then turn it over. Again, just felt on that neck piece there. So you can use, and then, wow, this one's got a really, really big mane. And then just tease off any extras. My Arthur had a really big mane. It was huge. It was down to his knees. There. So you're only joining the mane on this edge here, and this is all being left really quite loose. And just tease out. If you feel that it's too much, just hold and tease out the bits that you don't want. And then you can use your needle to sort of help style it and give him that windswept horse on the moors kind of a look. But there, so that's what you want to do. You just want to be aiming to attach it up at that top. You can snip off these extra little bits at the back if you wanted. It's entirely up to you what you want to do with that. But there, and his mane just comes round over the top of his bum. There. It looks like he's standing atop the moors. There. So have fun with it. I really can't wait. I realise that I don't get enough time with a lot of the live events that I do when I'm sat down actually doing a tutorial. And there will be, as I said, there will be for the bunnies and the birds, there will be a sort of how-to sort of tutorial coming on the YouTube channel, because we will have, there's so many things that you can do. Refer to the robin tutorial for how to actually fill out the bird template, but then I will do another one which will show you how to use the masks. Okay. Well, I would tell them some funnies that were on the Boss bonus giveaway, but there's a slight flaw with that plan. I didn't write any of them down. But if you do want yourself an absolute giggle, do go over to the Facebook group and do join. I still haven't got the Boss screen. So hang on, there we go. The Boss bonus giveaway is on our Facebook group. It's caption the image. A couple that I remember from just giggling at them, there were a lot of flatmates, and why did the budgie cross the road to see his flatmate? Have you got any more over there, or have you? No, we were laughing at them so much. We got nothing done during the break. She was eating the entire time, and I was laughing at the budgies. Yes, let's do the second giveaway. So we've still got a couple of things to do. Let's quickly run through the giveaway for the crew. It is the crew giveaway. The Makery now has a crew. The crew is Sarah, Irene and Annette. And together they make chaos. I've lost my phone again. There it is. Right. So the cruise giveaway, they asked you, it was the word spring, so SPRING, they asked you to name something from Mum's Makery that began with each of those letters. And what's the total number of entries? 123. Brilliant. So that's 123 people that have entered that. Where's my phone? There it is. Generate. Lucky number 72. So if you are number 72 on the cruise giveaway, then congratulations. You have won yourself some fluffy stuff. Let me just pop all of that into there a minute. Okay, so unless, of course, you have won one of the other giveaways, in which case we will redraw and post in our Facebook group, you know, if there are any changes. Okay, I think we are pretty much there, aren't we? We still need to do the raffle. I like the raffle. I like the raffle when I can find the raffle bowl. Nearly broke it. There we go. So, as always, in the event kit, there is a raffle ticket. I was thinking you could put the horse on some bunting, because in the kit there's some bunting as well. There's three pieces of bunting. So you've got 2 of the Hessian, and then there's a felt one. You could do bunting. It's so immature, but it just makes me laugh. Okay, so we're going to draw 3 raffle winners. So give yourself a minute just to grab your raffle ticket. That just gives me time to say to you all that if you do head over to our Facebook group, that's Mum's Makery. No, it's not. That's the website. It's facebook.com/groups/Mum's Makery. You can tell it's the end of the day now. It's all going downhill. So do head over and join our Facebook group. There are some questions when you enter the Facebook group, because we do have some group guidelines and rules. So please do make sure that you read them. Posts in the group must be related to Mum's Makery products and tutorials and, you know, stuff. And yeah, you will find that if you ever need any help in the group, if you just type #Pixies on your post within the Facebook group, that will alert the Pixies that you need some help, and they will come and help you. So our first raffle winner, which is for... Okay, the first one is a £5 gift voucher, and the lucky winner is number 186. So if you do have number 186, please do shoot over a picture of you with your ticket, or a picture of your ticket, to either, you can message it to one of the Pixies, or you can email makerypixies@gmail.com and include a picture of your ticket and obviously your address. So that's lucky winner number 1. Lucky winner number 2 is going to win the template set of your choice. And that's for all of the current range of templates, not the new ones, I think. I don't know. She's nodding at me. Good, Sam. Got it right. The thing is, the minute I get off of camera, I get critiqued on all the things I did wrong. So the second winner is... Oh, hang on. The second winner is lucky number 47. So obviously, when you send in your... You can either message a Pixie directly with a picture, or you can email or message us, whatever's best for you. Obviously include your name and address, and for number 47, it will be which template that you want as your prize. And thirdly and finally, we are giving away... What are we giving away? I've lost track now. Don't throw your... She's so mean to me. She's just gone, oh, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, and we've got a £10 voucher for the website. My brain just greyed out then. And I'm opening it. I'm not opening it on camera. Sorry. There we go. Lucky number 167. So if you are 167, you win a £10 voucher for the website. Is that it? Did I do a good job? I did. Oh, got thumbs up and everything. There we go. So do feel free to, you know, message the Pixies if you've got any questions. You know, send through any sort of flingo cards or raffle tickets, pictures to them directly, and we will make sure your fluffy prizes will go out nearer the end of next week. So the new products now will be hitting the shelves very, very shortly. So do head over to the website once the broadcast is concluded. If it does suddenly flash up that it's out of stock, just wait. We had this last time where it took a minute or two for the stock to register on the site. So if you do go over and the listing says out of stock, don't panic. We do have plenty of stock and they will be in stock very shortly. Okay, I think we made it. We did it. We got through our first event. Wasn't too bad, yay! Do make sure that you come and join us over on Hochanda, which will be on the 21st of March, and that will be at 1 p.m. UK time. And then do come and join us for our Crafternoon on the 27th. That'll be both with Pixie Bee and myself. I'm going to give you a new name, Pixie Bee the Cake Hogger. She always makes off with the cake. The raffle numbers were number 186, 167 and 47. And don't forget that you can watch any of these shows on playback at any time. They will be available on our YouTube channel within about 5 or 10 minutes of the show ending. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with us today. I have had an absolute blast. I usually do, let's face it. But from me, Pixie Bee, the Makery Pixies and the Makery crew, we wish you all a very crafty day.